Hi, I'm Nicholas Scopanero.
Mario Facciolo.
And I'm Andrew Lombardo, and you're joining us on Hawk Talk.
We're going to get right into our topic today of the Jewish religion. So let's welcome our first guest, Mr. Adam Steinberg.
Hello.
Thank you, Adam, for coming to our show.
Thanks for having me.
Hello.
All right, Adam. So we brought you in here today because we'd like to get a better insight on the Jewish religion and the culture of everything that you guys have been through. So we actually put together a little clip today about the Holocaust and some of the things that Jewish people had to endure. Let's take a look. When people pass away from this world, they are given a burial ceremony for others to come visit and pay their respects. But there was a time when people were murdered by the thousands,
and their bodies thrown into a pile to be burned all together.
There was a time.
There was a time.
There was a time not long ago that these horrible things took place.
To the people of the Jewish religion.
Known as the Holocaust.
The story of the Holocaust has taught us about a dark period in history, but it also teaches us about positive characteristics of the Jewish religion and the people who were victimized.
Can you just expand a little bit about the Holocaust for us?
Well, sure. Well, it was a very dark chapter in history, and it started in Eastern Europe, in Germany, as you know, and it just spread across the globe. And it started with just little discrimination against the Jewish people. Merchants would have their places burnt and rocks thrown. Then they started grouping Jews into ghettos until it moved on to the biggest point in Auschwitz when there were concentration camps.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it like growing up in the Jewish religion?
Well, it's great. It's a great culture. I love my culture. I find it's very rich. I have a great language, great history. I love the Old Testament, and I actually went to Hebrew school for 8 years of my life.
Oh,
so.
wow. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Actually, it's funny because we have a couple words that we always hear. And there's words like mazel tov, and we hear them in songs and we kind of join and say it, but we have no idea what we're saying.
And yeah, it comes out a little funny. All right, mazel tov. Mazel tov is something you would hear at any kind of function, at a wedding, bar mitzvah, birthday, just mazel tov, congratulations. That's what it is, congratulations.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Congratulations, you
Hold
can end
on.
your show like that today.
I have a few words for you, though. I have a few words for
Okay,
you.
perfect. Let us know. Let's expand our vocabulary here.
All right,
Yiddish.
let's see if you're,
This is
this is Yiddish.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, if I said I was going to go visit my Bubby and Zadie, where would I be going?
Bobby and Zadie. Is that a...
Think of like Nana No No, I think you guys
Oh,
have.
so grandparents.
Yeah.
That's how you guys say it. Can you say it again?
Bubby and Zadie.
Do you want to attempt that? Do you want to attempt that?
I think Mario will take that one.
Mario?
Bubble and
It's close enough. You'll work on it. You'll work on
all
it.
right, that's cool though. That sounds interesting. What other words do you have for us today?
Well, here's one just for you. Nick, my yenta. You know what a yenta is?
Yenta.
That's Nick.
All right, all right.
So Adam, going into the holiday season, explain to us a little bit how you guys celebrate.
Okay, well, I know like around December you guys have Christmas, right? And I'm totally jealous of that season. I love it. But we have something like almost as good, and that's Hanukkah. So we read from a special portion of the Torah, of like the Old Testament, that explains the story. And the story is basically Jews were being persecuted. The Maccabees, we were called, were being persecuted by the Romans, and their temple was destroyed, this and that, and there was one man who stood up against them, and while he was fighting, he took his group into this old building that was already destroyed, the shul, the synagogue, and they found a little section in there to hide out from the Romans while they get their stuff together, and they found like a candle holder with just enough oil for one night. That's all it had, one night of oil. So they poured it. They thought, okay, you know, tonight we can have fire. And then there was enough oil. The oil lasted the second night. They go, wow, we still have more third night, fourth night, fifth night, all the ways for 8 nights. And that's why we celebrate 8 nights of Hanukkah.
Oh, that's
That's why you
amazing.
like the candle.
And that's why we light the candle. And there's a candle, I don't know if you've ever seen it, so you have four on the left side, 4 on the right side, and one standing a bit higher in the middle. And that represents the one piece of oil that let it last
Lasted
8
8
days.
days.
So when you light, you only light that candle, and from that candle, you light the other ones, representing one oil, 8 candles. And there's a couple of prayers that you say every night. I know one off the top of my head, and I can try the other ones.
For you guys at home, we will be having Adam sing the prayers of Hanukkah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah.
So Adam, to be honest with you, that was absolutely excellent,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I had no idea what you were saying.
I know, it's hard, right? It's Hebrew. Okay, so like the general idea between each song. So the first one I sang was just the blessing for Hanukkah. So you thank God for all the miracles of Hanukkah. The second one was about all the miracles that God did during the Old Testament. So you thank Him for all the things He did for us to help us out of persecution. You know, and thinking back to the miracle that happened then, and then thank you God for the miracles that you still provide us.
All right, beautiful. Well, our next topic, I'm going to let Andrea introduce. We were just at a wedding, all 3 of us, the other day. And Andrea, let them know what's going on there.
We were at a Jewish wedding and we have no idea what was going on. Can you explain to us?
Sure. Well, what did you see?
The breaking of the glass.
Well, the glass itself is supposed to represent like how fragile a wedding is and the relationship between someone is, and how anything
Wow.
can break like that.
Let's finish off the show like they finish off the weddings, by the breaking of the glass.
Woo! Mazel tov!
Thank you, Adam, for coming on our show today. I'm Nicholas Scopanero.
I'm Mario Facciolo.
And I'm Andrea Lombardo. Join us next week on HAWKTALK.